Hello everyone, my name is Isio Kafo and my story today is going to be about rejection. So I know when you think about rejection, you obviously think about relationships, heartbreaks, breakups, ghosting, those kind of stuff. But my story today is going to be about rejection that hits just as hard but has absolutely nothing to do with love. So buckle up. So when I first got to the US as an international student, about 4 to 5 months, within that time frame, I decided that I wanted to get a job and make some money. And just like anyone, I applied to different places, went for a few interviews, and I just kept getting rejections upon rejections. And honestly, I wasn't even surprised because I had no prior work experience, and I probably wasn't answering the questions the way I needed to. So I wasn't surprised about any of those. And then I had this one interview at the testing center. This particular interview stood out because the boss was really kind, very warm, so nice. Her assistant was there. He even wrote down a phrase that that I said, and he was like, "This quote, I want to have it with me all my life." So I left that interview feeling very confident. Because I had answered very well, and maybe I was a little bit too confident. Because a few days later, I had gotten a rejection email, a very beautiful one at that. And when I saw it, I was like, what? Like, what just happened? How did I get that? Because I was very confident and hopeful that I was going to get this job. And so when I did it, I was very disappointed and confused. The worst part about it was that I kept seeing this assistant that had written my quote everywhere on campus. So it was just a little bit of a reminder, of the time when I thought I was right, and then clearly I was wrong. And so this particular experience happened, like, let's say 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. But right now when I think about it, I just laugh because something I've come to realize is that rejections, they're not always as bad as we make it seem. And sometimes rejections, I think, happen to us because there are probably things that we may not need at the time, or probably because we don't need it at the time in order for us to grow as individuals, or grow in a better way, or give us a chance to have a different opportunity. And that happened for me because if I had gotten that job, I wouldn't have realized this, because right now I have a job and I've worked several jobs on campus that have led to my own professional growth, which I'm so grateful for. And honestly, I'm really glad that I was able to do it. So rejection sometimes, even though they stink, I think it's good sometimes to help us, give us a wake-up call, and also to learn from it. Thank you for listening to my story. Bye.